Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Asset World, the city build with a difference, where we use the assets reviewed within WhatMap and only the assets reviewed within WhatMap, whether the city needs them or not. I'm BonBonB and you of course are very, very welcome. Before we crack on with today's episode, you may notice there is a slight problem with the map, and the map problem is the trees. All my foliage has disappeared. I have spent quite some time, in fact, oh there we are. Yes. Oh, we've got the camels are missing. We've got all sorts of problems at the moment with the map. Yes. This is what's happened. I have been busy recording the new show City Edition, and it required me to do lots of jiggery pokery, switching between collections, and not everything has returned. Not everything has returned here, as you can tell. I've actually restarted this map 8 times now, trying to get the foliage back, and with the camels missing, I'm pretty sure there will be other things missing too. So if there is something that you really enjoy looking at and it's not there today, and I haven't noticed it's missing, then I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll be back by the next episode with any luck. So anyways, let's go and have a look at today's assets, shall we? Now there are a few kind of missing as well, because from last year, like we have this one from episode 146 of WhatMap, the Billboard Illuminated BonBonB and Ecania Park edition by MrMiyagi, and then from episode 147 we had the Dime Savings Bank by Darf, and then episode 149, skipping 148, the Kongou-class Battleship, then from 150 the Private Property Restricted Area signed by Spence, the Murckowska Bridge, sorry, by DeCzaah, bad pronunciation there, and the Toronto Style High School 2 by JSF. So yes, the assets that were reviewed in episodes 148 and in episode, I'm missing one, I think it was 145 actually. I think the whole 145 was missing as well. Well, what can we do? These things do disappear off the workshop every now and then. However, this magnificent creation, I didn't ask for this, it just suddenly appeared. MrMiyagi sneakily did that behind my back, and Ecania dropped it into one of his map builds. So that's the first one. The second one, reviewed in 147, the WhatMap, the Dime Savings Bank by Darf. Of course, Darf does some absolutely amazing classical American buildings, early 20th century type builds. Bit of a slope here, so I'm going to raise it up a little bit and then drop it down to a point where I feel that the door is just reaching the curb, so you can just about step in there, just about. Once again, it's not a detailing build, this one, it's just let's get these things on display in a city build. Yeah, it's really quite disturbing that there's all this stuff missing. I know there's problems with Steam at the moment as well, so yeah, that might be a problem also. I don't know. Anyway, I've used loading screen mod, and I've subscribed to everything, and it's still all missing. Right, we've got the Kongou-class Battleship as reviewed in 149 of WhatMap, made by Vasper, and I figured a better place for that would be down here, fighting off Godzilla. Well, why not? Why not? We might as well, yeah, use the big guns. We've got the big guns. We've got the shield protecting the essential lighthouse. Yeah, everything's pretty strong now. Everything's pretty solid. And then, yeah, we'll just get rid of that. We don't want that anymore. Get rid of that. Thank you very much. Next up, the smallest asset of the day, and it is this Private Property Restricted Area signed by Spence. Now, what could I use this for? I know, the Addams family house. It's private property. People don't really want to go in there because, let's face it, the Addams family live there. And there's a lot of people going in and out of this house. There must be about 700 people living in there. That's another one there. Hang on, let's see if we can find out how much is it. Oh, come on, let's get off and move it. Oh, sorry. Do you ever do this? I'm doing this right. I'm going to just click off of everything. I'm going to click onto roads. There, that triple click off everything. There we go. Oh, blimey. Dozens of people. Dozens of people. Anyways, busy little property. Then we have the, oh crikey, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly this way. Right, Murckowska Bridge I'm going with, by DeCzaah. I'm figuring I'm going to use this on solid ground rather than over water. We don't really need the bridge at the moment, so I'm going to try and be a little bit creative. And I'm choosing the wrong road here as well. I'm trying to go elevated with this road, and it doesn't have an elevated version. I should know better. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade that to a road that does have an elevated option, which is, I'm just trying to elevate it now. Oh, durr. There you go, standard roads. There we go. That elevates. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise it up a bit and then put the prop bridge around it just to give it the full shazazz. I know we don't need a bridge here. I'm going to raise some terrain on this end of the bridge and then do something creative in the coming weeks with it. But for now, all we want to do is we want to get the bridge set up. So I'll try and raise that to not too high but not too low. I don't like it. It looks a bit weird at that kind of height. So we're going to try and what should we do? Yes, I think yeah, we'll do some terraining. Let's grab that. So now we've got the right height for that to land, come back down to ground. And oh, too big. That's a bit better. There we go. So we're now coming out onto a plateau. I will terraform that into the environment so it looks a bit more realistic. I still feel there should be a better reason for a bridge there, so I'm going to raise that up a little bit more and then raise the centre of this bridge to, oh bloody hell. Yeah, there we go. Raise that one up there and just raise it up a fraction, that up a fraction as well. Move the bridge support in the middle there. We'll try and get it lined up as best we can. Boom. Done and dusted. Okay, right, I'm not sure what we'll have under there. If anything, probably nothing at all. And we'll finish with the Toronto style high school by JSF. Now if you recognise this for the longest time was in the closing credits of WhatsMap, where you know, we skip over and everything kind of goes black and white or sort of like slightly monochrome. And we get all the pop-ups right at the very start of that little fly through. There's a school in the foreground, and that was this Toronto school until it disappeared for some reason, and it's only today that I finally got round to grabbing it back, and there we are. So yes, the Toronto Star High School 2 by JSF1. Well, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. We'll have a little bit of a cinematic fly through to finish, because I know a few of you missed that last week when we just did a little bit of driving along at ground level, which was a refreshing change, but I know you guys like this. Now, as of, as I mentioned right at the start of today's show, as of, well, next week is the new series, City Edition, where we're going to be reviewing some save games. One different save game per month. We'll have a proper look at each city in depth. We're starting off with one of the biggest map makers city builders out there. You might have heard of him. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it now. If you don't know, I'm just going to let you find out when it goes live. I don't even know what day I'm going to be going live with this. I wish I did. I haven't planned that far ahead. It's going to be a regular day, once a week, maybe on a Wednesday. I might even make it. I've just made a management decision. It's going to be Wednesday evenings at 6 PM every Wednesday, for 4 Wednesdays a month. Hey, excellent decision made. Thank you very much for helping me with that one, for forcing me to do it. I hadn't even considered I was going to do that today. Anyway, thanks again for everything. I'm going to leave you with the closing of the cinematics, and I'll see you very, very soon. Oh, don't forget, next week, the best of 2018, the best 6 maps in my eyes of the last 12 months. Thanks for watching.